George Washington was an American political leader, military general, and the first President of the United States. He was born on February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia, British America, and he passed away on December 14, 1799, at his plantation, Mount Vernon, Virginia. Here is a brief biography of George Washington. Early life. George Washington was born to Augustine Washington and Mary Ball Washington. He grew up on a tobacco plantation in Virginia. Military career. At the age of 20, Washington became a major in the Virginia militia and fought in the French and Indian War, 1754 to 1763, gaining valuable military experience. During the American Revolution, he was appointed Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army in 1775. His leadership and strategic decisions were instrumental in securing victory for the American colonies over the British during the war. Revolutionary leadership. Washington's perseverance and resolve helped keep the Continental Army together during difficult times, such as the harsh winter at Valley Forge in 1777–1778. His pivotal role in the American Revolution made him a hero among the colonists and earned him widespread respect and admiration. Presidency. After the successful conclusion of the Revolutionary War, Washington retired to his Mount Vernon estate. However, he was drawn back into public service and became the unanimous choice to serve as the first President of the United States under the newly ratified Constitution. Washington was elected as President in 1789 and took the oath of office on April 30, 1789, in New York City, the capital at the time. During his presidency, 1789 to 1797, he worked to establish the new nation's foundations and set precedents for future leaders. His leadership played a crucial role in shaping the young country. Notable achievements and contributions. Washington presided over the Constitutional Convention in 1787, where the U.S. Constitution was drafted. He signed the Bill of Rights into law, ensuring the protection of individual liberties. Washington's decision to step down after 2 terms in office established the tradition of presidential term limits, which continues to this day. Legacy. George Washington is often referred to as the father of his country due to his vital role in leading the nation through its early years and the Revolution. He is widely admired for his integrity, leadership, and dedication to the principles of liberty and democracy. Washington's face is prominently featured on the $1 bill and on Mount Rushmore, a famous monument in South Dakota. George Washington passed away at the age of 67 on December 14, 1799, due to a severe respiratory infection. His death was deeply mourned across the country, and he left an enduring legacy as one of America's most revered founding fathers. George Washington, as a prominent historical figure and the first President of the United States, had numerous ideas and principles that shaped his leadership and the early foundations of the United States. Here are some key ideas associated with George Washington. 1. Leadership and virtue. Washington believed in the importance of strong leadership and virtuous character. He emphasized the values of integrity, honor, and self-discipline, and he sought to exemplify these qualities throughout his life. 2. Republican government. Washington was a staunch supporter of a republican form of government, where power is derived from the people and exercised through elected representatives. He played a crucial role in the establishment of the U.S. Constitution and its adoption, which laid the framework for the American Republic. 3. National unity and independence. During his presidency, Washington emphasized the need for national unity and the importance of maintaining independence from foreign powers. He cautioned against political factions and advocated for the United States to avoid entangling alliances with other nations. 4. Farewell address. In his farewell address of 1796, Washington advised the American people on key issues, including the importance of preserving the Union, avoiding excessive partisanship, maintaining a strong national defense, and steering clear of permanent foreign alliances. 5. Civic virtue and public service. Washington believed that citizens should participate actively in civic life and be engaged in public service. He promoted the idea that a well-informed and responsible citizenry is vital for the success and stability of the nation. 6. Neutrality. Washington advocated for a policy of neutrality regarding international conflicts. He believed that the young nation should avoid getting entangled in the affairs of other countries to focus on its own development. 7. Religious freedom. Washington supported religious freedom and tolerance. He believed that all individuals should have the right to practice their own faith without interference from the government. 8. Strong executive branch. As president, Washington helped define the powers and responsibilities of the executive branch of government. He believed in the importance of a strong and effective presidency while respecting the system of checks and balances. 9. Expansion and development. Washington envisioned the growth and expansion of the United States. He supported the development of infrastructure, such as roads and canals, to facilitate trade and communication between states. These are just a few of the ideas associated with George Washington, and his contributions to the United States continue to be studied and admired for their lasting impact on the nation's history and governance. George Washington made significant contributions to his home state of Virginia throughout his life. Here are some of his key contributions. 1. Military service. During the French and Indian War, Washington gained valuable military experience while serving as a major in the Virginia militia. His leadership and bravery in defending Virginia's frontier settlements earned him recognition and respect. 2. Public service in Virginia's House of Burgesses. Washington was elected to the Virginia House of Burgesses, the colonial legislative body, where he represented his home county of Fairfax. He used this platform to advocate for the interests of Virginia and its citizens. 3. Role in the American Revolution. As Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army during the American Revolution, Washington played a vital role in securing independence for the American colonies, including Virginia. His leadership in key battles, such as the Siege of Yorktown, contributed to the ultimate victory over the British. 4. Presiding over the Constitutional Convention. In 1787, Washington presided over the Constitutional Convention held in Philadelphia. The convention resulted in the drafting of the U.S. Constitution, which provided a framework for the federal government and granted specific rights and powers to the states. 5. Promoting ratification of the Constitution. After the Constitutional Convention, Washington actively supported the ratification of the U.S. Constitution in Virginia and elsewhere. His influence helped convince some hesitant states to adopt the new federal framework. 6. Early economic development. As a successful plantation owner and farmer, Washington implemented innovative agricultural practices at his Mount Vernon estate. He experimented with crop rotation and advocated for improved agricultural methods, which had a positive impact on Virginia's agricultural sector. 7. Establishment of the District of Columbia. As president, Washington signed the Residence Act of 1790, which designated a location for the nation's capital along the Potomac River. The District of Columbia, comprising land from Maryland and Virginia, was established as the new capital. 8. Farewell Address. In his farewell address, Washington emphasized the importance of national unity and the preservation of the Union. His message aimed to encourage citizens to prioritize the welfare of the entire country over regional interests. George Washington's contributions to Virginia and the United States as a whole were immense. His leadership, vision, and dedication to the principles of liberty and democracy left a lasting impact on the state and the nation. His legacy as a founding father and the first president of the United States continues to be honored and celebrated.